Hello there, fellow Guardians. This is Connor, and this is my little video on Shadowkeep, the latest expansion for Destiny 2. Now, just to let you know, I've been attempting to record this video for about a week, but it always ends in a rant on just how Bungie are currently dealing with Destiny 2 and their constant reusing of assets from either Destiny 1 or just earlier into Destiny 2. It can be either armor, weapons, exotics, or even bosses, enemy types, that type of thing, just zones even. And that's where I'll begin with this little video. The amount of rehashed content in Destiny 2 Shadowkeep is ridiculous. People are already talking about it, how they've just reused the moon with a slight addition, a small additional zone where the namesake of the expansion is located, the Shadowkeep. But the rest of it is just the moon. If you played Destiny 1, it's familiar. So basically, they've taken something from D1 and put it into D2, stuck a stamp on it or a sticker saying this is new, when in fact it's not. You're getting some pre-owned bullshit. I mean, the moon is a gorgeous zone. It does get really boring fast though, seeing how most of it's just grey and black and some greenish tinted hive structures located around the place, or even in this case red, because the Shadowkeep is red. Most of the structures and the enemies of the hive at least are turning red because that's their additional new faction in the game. They're basically just hive, only they're red. They're not the Scorn, whereas, you know, in Forsaken we got the Scorn, which was a new faction. They were fallen, that had become emo, went through a goth phase or whatever, but you fought them in different ways than the normal fallen. There were a number of new enemy types like the big, strong, hulking Goliath looking freaks, as well as the dudes that had the sensors of the flails that were on fire. You know, even the Barons, the enemies of the actual storyline were interesting in that you had to deal with them in different ways. In Shadowkeep, the enemies are just rehashed bosses from previous games, or not games, sorry, expansions or even D1, and you have to fight them in a similar way that you fought them originally, only they're really short and really dumbed down. So you don't even get the fun of doing an event from earlier in either D2 or even in D1. You just basically hit them a few times until they disappear, and then you move on to the next. The story itself is it's Mass Effect. It's basically the whole story with the Reapers, only instead of the Reapers you have the darkness, but it's exactly the same. The story in Destiny, or even Destiny 2, when I say Destiny I'm just going to refer to the actual series, it has never been strong. They've always taken a lot of, I'm going to do air quotes here, inspiration from other series or games, movies, books, that type of thing, just media in general, and put their own twist on it. But it's never been original. They've not really done anything at all that's original. Everything's already been done before and actually been done a lot better in certain respects. But I'm still enjoying it. I know it doesn't sound like I am, but Destiny 2 is the only first-person shooter where I've actually put in 1,000 hours plus, I believe. That's rare for me. There's so few games where I actually put in that amount of time. I believe the last game I put that amount of time into may have been Fractured Space. I'm not sure I put that much time into Dreadnought. It's a bit awkward to tell, seeing how it moved from its own launcher over to Steam. But regardless, I still enjoy the game. That's why I complain, because I want them to improve. It's called criticism. But Bungie, in my opinion, are bored with Destiny. They've been working on it for so long, they want to move on to something new. But now, because they haven't got a publisher, they're worried about a new IP, because maybe it'll sink or swim. More often than not, sink. I mean, look at Anthem. Look at some other original IPs lately. They've sank. And I'm mainly talking about games from Activision, EA, the big publishers, Ubisoft. They don't really usually do that well. I mean, For Honor was a great game, very fun online, but it didn't last long. The popularity quickly diminished. The same with Anthem. It was a good basis for a game, but BioWare are led by complete fools, and having EA as their publisher isn't great either. I mean, Mass Effect Andromeda, God, that writing and even the dialogue just made me cringe. It's not surprising that it was written by SJWs, but that aside, Bungie, to me, just feel completely bored and burnt out on Destiny. I mean, so little effort has went into this expansion that even the pinnacle of PvE content, the Raid, the Garden of Salvation, the Raid sets are reused models from a set called the Omega Mechanos set, which was Curse of Osiris season, Eververse set, I believe. And believe it or not, even though that set was released a couple of years back or whatever, it actually looks better than the current release of the Raid set. The Raid set is covered in rust and just looks terrible. It's got some nice glowy bits to it, but that seems to be all Bungie are doing lately with armor sets. They're rehashing them like the Solstice set, only they'll add some glowy bits to it. Because they don't care. They just don't care. And I want them to care. I really do. There are some guys working for Bungie that you can even see in their vid docs that look really interested and pumped for what they're doing. But again, the people leading the charge, Bungie, just don't give a shit. You can just tell by their mannerisms and the way they get on, they don't care. And it's really sad, because there's so much potential again with this game. It's the most fun first-person shooter, or looter shooter, that I played. I've tried Borderlands 1, 2, haven't played 3, but from 1 and 2, I didn't enjoy them whatsoever. I just didn't. From moving from Destiny 2 to Borderlands 2, the gunplay was just far superior in Destiny 2 than it was in Borderlands. They've got so much potential, but it feels like they're being wasted. I won't get into specifics or new features that have been added, because some of them are just very bare bones. But now that Destiny 2 is free to play, Bungie are starting to get a lot more interested in the whole microtransaction side of things and how they can make money. And whenever that happens, the game ends up dying. I've seen so many decent games that were, you had to purchase originally, go free to play, that have just sank. I don't want it to happen to Destiny 2. I've met some of the most awesome people I've ever met in my entire life through Destiny 2. I've met some assholes as well, but the majority of them are pretty damn cool people. So that's it. That's where I'm going to end the video. I wanted to keep it as short as possible. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying whatever it is you're playing. Even if it's this, I'm still enjoying playing it, although there's already I'm already getting bored of most of the content. I still haven't done the raid. I would like to, but yeah, there's some things about that. But anyway, again, enjoy whatever it is you're playing. Don't forget to check out our Discord. That is down below in the comment section. Click that link, get over, say hello. Maybe we'll have a wee game in either Destiny, Dreadnought, even Fractured Space. I've still got it installed, or many other games. I'll see you next time, guys. Buongiorno. I think that means goodbye.